Miss Hayward, which is the better way to live? To sit in your father's house with your piano and your embroidery, waiting for someone to come and take you off your parents' hands, or to expend your energy in trying to make a difference, to leave your mark, to leave the world in a better place than you found it. That is what my brother Tom is trying to do, at the expense of a great deal of effort and anxiety in a good cause for which I do my best to help and support him. And you see fit to criticize him, to amuse yourself at his expense.
Beg your pardon. I've offended you. Please forgive me.
No, you haven't offended me. I'm the one at fault. I shouldn't have expected so much from a girl with so little experience and understanding. Excuse me.
Oh, can you play it? I was going to say, can you play it to the end?
Yeah, what happened?
That's the edit we have.
Well, it just had a dramatic.
That's
it was
not
a few more seconds.
That's not the edit you had. I gave that clip. That's not the edit.
Yeah, we're
You
having,
can
we're having
watch
some
it
issues with some of our clips today.
later. But it was just a few more seconds. That's all.
Yeah.
But God, that's hot, isn't it? I mean, I feel my stomach is churning now for Charlotte, because not just because of what he's saying, which is obviously he's totally stripped her down to her core, and she wasn't expecting that. She was just, being a bit like saying a few things maybe she shouldn't be saying, but she's just being a young woman expressing herself, and he's come down her. And musically, we've kind of, the tempo of that piece is gradually increasing throughout that scene, so that it's to do with, we wanted something for the end of the ball that was getting wilder and wilder. So it was kind of like everybody's spinning in a vortex at the end, and she's spinning in a vortex because this guy has just completely cut her to her core. And then he's the one, he eventually ends up being the one she falls in love with. But it's the idea of this, and that.
No, I was just going to say, all that's happening, and then musically, Julie's vocal goes into the Celtic mouth music, and just at that moment of turmoil you've described, musically we go insane as well, and it's part of the fabric.
So that Poeta, it's called Poeta Bell. It's like a Gaelic rap, I'd call it. The mouth singing, which actually comes from, is really early. It's like 16th century, 17th century, sort of comes from that time, but it's a really traditional type of music in Scotland, and it just has this repetitiveness about it, and it's kind of insane feeling, almost like a rave. It's like it's like a clubby kind of music, and so the effect of that singing starting, combined with him putting the pressure on her, I just think is really effective. Well, it certainly blew Twitter up at the time.
It did. And what we missed, and the reason me and Ruth wanted the clip to go on, is that it has a hard cut to black after he's stormed out. And then, just like with The Bodyguard, Ruth's final end credit music slams in right after. There's a pause from the mouth music and then into her end credit music. And the sonic impact is just immense. I just want to talk a little bit about how we develop this, because Ruth, as she's described, went up and discovered all these amazing Celtic musicians to do the Sanditon score with. And then she sent me a track by Julie, not this track, something else. And on YouTube, that track ended. It went straight into Julie doing mouth music. And I called you up, Ruth. I was like, oh my, and I was, planning, I was kind of constructing the episode and how we'd shoot this very complicated ball scene. And I was like, oh my God, we need to use this to end the ball with. We need to do it. We need to do it. And you were like, Ollie, that's going to be kind of tricky, but she's actually a pretty huge artist, and she's already done Disney songs and stuff. And I'm not sure if I can do that. And I was like, please make it happen. Make it happen. Then, Ruth, you describe what happened next.
You were like, make it happen. happen, Ruth. Make it happen, Ruth. Get Julie. I really felt like it was get Julie or we're done. No, I mean, I really wanted her as well. And no, I mean, it was like I really wanted it too, because I just knew it was just, this is just going for gold. But she's just massive and busy and stuff. But again, the Ewan who was leading the band, he helped, and it all just, the stars aligned. She agreed. We God knows what I had to do to get her down there, but I even had to be I was her body double for one of the days.
You were.
I dressed up in her dress for the scenes on the balcony because she couldn't make the first day. This is how much we wanted Julie, and it was it's an amazing coup to get her, and to have that sort of style of singing on a period drama on ITV. You know, right. I think it was just groundbreaking, because it sounds so modern, but yet it was totally right for the time. But it just has that electrifying feeling, and the drum, like when that kicks off the first piece, it's that the drum beat and the guitar and the cello, he's doing dun 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 dun. It's kind of like he's rocking up a bit, you know, and it's just got that kind of the relentless drive to it, you know.
And this is something else which just was very unique about Sanditon, was that Ruth was so involved in all the way she's described, but also for this ball scene, she came down. She was there for all 3 days. You were orchestrating the musicians. Like you said, you were also being Julie's body double. You were completely, and that's very rare to have a musician so directly involved with the production. And for me as a director, it was incredible and liberating. And knowing that you know, that at this stage at the start and in production, we were kind of helping construct what was going to be at the very end as well.
Totally. That's the joy of it, because then you know you're going to get something that's really unique, I think, and that's really connected. Because especially when you've got lots of ballroom scenes and that takes up quite a bit of the show, then it's like you could just be taking your foot off the gas musically and story-wise. And this way, it's like we don't take our foot off the gas. We keep the pressure on the audience. We keep them, you know, it's just that feeling of sitting on the edge of your seat. And that's what I think the music can really do. And the fact that it's the same people playing in the band that are in the score, it just gives it that cohesion, you know, it just makes it all flow. It takes people there. They're in it. They're in Sanditon. They're in this crazy, slightly Wild West Regency town, you know? It's that kind of the third dimension we're talking about. It just draws people. I'm quite sad we didn't do the Sanditon experience, though. Bridgerton did it, even though they came after us. I think we should have had one of those.
I confidently predict that at some point very soon, one of your scores will be a Ruth Barrett experience. I can't say. I hope it's not the Bodyguard experience.
I just love terrifying people, and I love making people feel stuff through music. It's just so much fun. I mean, scaring people is the best, isn't it? And I think the music has the power. I mean, if you watch a horror film, if you don't have music, I mean, silence. I mean, you've talked about that before with Andy.
Yeah.
Like the power of silence, but then the music. It's just kind of like it's just this noose around your neck. It has this power to trigger this response that just you can't escape. It's like you can't escape it. It's incredible. Yeah. I probably haven't got time to play the other Shining clip, have we? No.
Gosh, I mean,
probably not. It's just too much to talk about. But
there's too much to talk about. I mean, do you know what? Let's just indulge us, because there's a great piece of scary music Ruth did. We just have to play it, and it's her piece from Remember Me. Let's just play that, please. With a very young Jodie Comer. Okay. JSVU says, I literally have chills.
God, I went into Chislehurst Caves and recorded that in the dark. Like I literally got lost in Chislehurst Caves recording some of those sounds. And recorded with Jodie. I went on set and recorded the actors whispering, trying things out, recording in the wrong key, Michael Palin singing in the wrong key, and put it all into the score. And it just made this chilling sort of feeling. But that's inspired by, we haven't got time to watch all the inspiration, but guys, watch The Shining, because there's some really great.
Oh, screw it! Come
pieces.
on, let's do it. Let's play The Shining. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it. It's too good.
Oh, that's so good. So that is Bartok's music for percussion, strings, percussion, and Celeste, and that just shows like genius at putting that music to that film, because obviously he's just constructed the scenes around the music, and it just totally makes you think, don't open that fucking door, whatever you do, because something really bad in there.
We have a comment here from JSVU. Wait, I didn't know Ruth did The Shining. OMFG.
Oh my God!
I would say Ruth, she could have done The Shining. She's got the chops. She damn well could have done The Shining. And the thing that strikes me about that clip, watching it again, is which thing makes me think of you, Ruth, is the immense scale of it. It's horror, but it's big and it's fat,
and it's beautiful, and it's alluring, and it's all of those things. The dimensions. It's not just dark, but it's got beauty, and it's like come on, it's not just because otherwise it's that whole psychological slippery slope, where you sort of slide into this horror, which is just so effective. Love it.
Okay, so we're going to boogie on, and we're going to go now to your present and your future, which is you've now crossed over to America, and you have been doing Law and Order Organized Crime. And I want you to talk about that experience and how it differs from the UK composing experience, and of course then describe what you're doing right now, which is the Terminal List for Anton Fuqua and Chris Pratt. So what we'll do is we'll show a clip from Law and Order, I think, and then we'll let you just talk away. Okay?
Cool.
Let's play Law and Order.
Parlami di Sasha Linsky.
Chi?
Chi? È stato assassinato nella sua cella, Rikers, 2 giorni fa.
What's going on? Who is he?
Detective Elliot Stabler.
Le ricevuti dei tuoi trasferimenti di denaro sono state trovate nell'autocarrozzeria del Queens, dove lavorava.
He led the manhunt in Puglia. We flew him down for the trial.
Well, fly his ass out of here before he blows my case.
I'm waiting.
Stand down, detective.
Estoy aspettando.
Detective!
You're all dead men.